You hear that? It's another episode of the Bacchanal Podcast. Hello, boys and girls, men, women, in between, binary, non-binary. Making sure I'm covering all my grounds here. This is the Bacchanal Podcast, a
Yes.
fusion of hip-hop, video games, comic books, music, and nerd culture all rolled up into one spectacular show. I'm your host, Akil with KC.
Yes. What's good, everybody?
I'm out here repping NC. Casey's out here repping Toronto. We give you our Trinidadian Canadian spin on things. This is the Bacchanal Podcast. How's everybody
Episode
doing?
doing great, man. Episode 102, right? That's what we're at.
I'm drinking my kombucha. How's your week going, sir?
Our week is going good, man. I woke up late today. Went out last night. So Six's birthday, so we went out, got drunk, and fucking listened to music. Club was okay, but we made it lit. We made it our thing. I think she's still sleeping, but yeah, no. Week's been going good. It's been busy still. How about yourself?
My week has been comic book conventions, moderating a panel, and 2 murders.
Oh Lord, yeah, I saw that shit you were posting. That's crazy.
Back to back, bruh.
That's crazy. The mugshots look crazy, man. Y'all white boys down there need to fuck with the barber and get some lineups, man. Holy shit. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, so I don't even know, what should I cover first? Murder or the conventions or moderating a panel?
The good, the bad, or the ugly. Let's start with the ugly. Let's talk about these wild boys in the South, man.
So we got 2 murders. 2 of my classmates have murdered this week. One killed somebody on Monday. The other person killed somebody on Tuesday. The Monday murder was a classmate of mine, football star. I'm starting to wonder if there's a correlation between football and murder. If
Maybe
they've
it's
the concussions.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
his situation was he was past in the past he got away with rape.
Fuck,
He beat a rape charge. Good, you beat something that severe, you supposed to chill. Not this white man. He in every DM. Hey stranger. Hey big head. You wanna hang? You wanna meet up?
Jeez, he's not getting far here with that shit. He could beat the police rape charge bullshit, but we're handling him here. I'll be real.
The
Fuck
streets
that
of
shit. Yes.
So he beat that shit. Then he got in trouble for breaking and entering. So he was hiding out in one of his friend's sheds for a while. He was hiding out there. While he was living there, he was popping off with his gun all the time. And I guess either the friend or family member is like, "Yo, you can't be doing that shit. Here's a residential area. You can't just be blasting." An altercation happened. He shot his friend in the head.
Oh,
Kill shot, not no accident. I hit you in the shoulder. Kill shot to the head.
yeah.
So he's burying his friend in the backyard.
Yo,
Grandpa walks out on him, burying the friend in the backyard.
helps him out.
Grandpa then gets shot in the head, kill shot.
Oh Lord, this man's a madman for real. Holy shit.
So we're looking at double homicide now. So he kills both of them, takes
Yeah.
their car, and then flees to Asheboro. That's a shithole. Ain't shit in Asheboro except meth
Don't they
in the zoo. We got a zoo.
they don't got the good pork wings there? The pork...
No, that's Lexington. No.
Oh, okay.
Asheboro's just trash, bro. You
Let me tell you something about all the wrongs that he did there. A black man can't even do the flee to Ashburn part. You can't even drive there and just say, "Look, fuck it, I'm staying here." People will be like, "What the hell is he doing here?" That small town shit. They'll all be questioning him.
So they caught his ass pumping gas. He went in there. He was talking to the lady because she gave an account
Oh God.
on what happened. She's like, "Yeah, he talked to me good as ever." Little did she know she was talking to a cold-blooded killer.
Holy shit. Oh man. At my part-time job, because I got 2 jobs, I'm hustling hard. This person was stealing one of those Astro C40 $200, $300 controllers. You know the one
Yeah.
I'm talking about? The custom PS4 controller. He put it under his jacket and he ran out like a football play.
Oh shit!
I looked and laughed. None of us are stopping him. We're not supposed to, right? So I was like, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. It's a part-time. I don't care. So we're just watching him run. He made it to the parking lot and he started breathing heavy, getting tired.
Oh, the asthma hit him.
Yeah.
It's cold too.
Yeah, it's cold outside. He had to run over the snow because we got snow right now. And he was, you see people struggling over the snow? He didn't make it to the sidewalk. He started grabbing his knees. He's tired.
I would drop the control. I'd be like, fuck it, man.
He should have walked back and just put it back in the store. But police just pulled up to him slow. and just walked out like, what's going on here, buddy? And I was like, we're all just watching like this fucking ass busted. He got caught so clean and easy. I was like, what an idiot. Should have ran to the suburbs the back way, but whatever. That shit was hilarious. I just had to say that, man. That shit was hilarious. Dude looked like a meth head, man.
Just probably was, man.
I think he was trying to run to cash converters. It's like a spot where you could bring shit and flip it. Like got a bike, you flip the bike. Allegedly, people used to teeth bikes all over Ajax and like flip it at cash converters 10, 20 years ago. But yeah, that's a spot where the people would go flip shit quick. You know what I mean? Get jewelry, you flip it quick. It was one of those types of spots. I think he was trying to make a break for that place. That's a few blocks up the street. He didn't have the stamina for that. So I was just watching, laughing, like, he's caught. That was easy.
That's what we used to do in North Carolina with Edward McKay used books and more. I'll go in there and I'll be like, yo, isn't that my Halo copy right there that my roommate stole from me?
Yeah. People used to hit a lick with that place when I was in high school, allegedly. But yeah.
You'll see a children's book, you open, it'll have your son's name in there. To Liam. You're like, what the fuck?
What the hell's going on
here? People scheming.
Yeah. That guy was trying it, man. That was hilarious.
The second murder I had this week was another classmate of mine. He stabbed his grandmother to death.
Oh my God.
Another crazy mugshot. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, that nah, man, that's just, these guys are crazy, yo.
I went to school with sociopaths, bruh.
That's not a sociopath. That's a psychopath. Like, what the hell?
This is the other one. People are like, he always looked crazy in school. I was like, I don't even know this nigga. They're trying to show video. I ain't trying to see no video of that man.
Dang, that's how my beard looked when I was trying to grow it out, eh? What's going on?
I just keep hearing sounds. I was like, is that my son yelling?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's been enjoying Disney Plus. We're gonna talk about Disney Plus later. Let's give a quick rundown of what we're gonna talk about this episode.
Yeah, man, do it.
So I'm gonna give my quick recall of playing Jedi Fallen Order. 2K Games got hacked. I was watching that in real time.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Falcon, Winter Soldier. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
The Rock revealed Black Adam.
Yes.
But do we still care?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Kodak Black scuffle.
Oh Lord.
Charlie's Angels review. I'll do a quick review of that because I got too much time on my hand.
That came out.
Yeah. The Mandalorian episodes 1 and 2, and then we're gonna tell you Netflix's answer to that. Let me talk about what else I did this week. I did a panel on eSports. We had a community day on my job, and we had a couple of local schools, Elon University, Surrey County, and then another person who works with a company where if you want to get into esports but you don't have the equipment and you want to like hit the ground running, they show up, set everything up for you, and then they hook you up with sponsorship. Now you gotta pay a pretty penny.
Of course. But
they'll have the computers with the right specs. They'll have the games preloaded. They'll have the modem. They'll have all the LAN. Because if you're doing esports, you want to make sure there's little to no latency with your network. So they make sure they take care of all of that. But you drop in a nice bit of coin.
Yo, I'm so vexed, man. Honestly, when I was in like grade 3, when Doom and fucking Duke Nukem was out, I used to go to my dad was IT for the school board. I used to go to his school and I'd be playing Doom with the network computers, with the caretakers, the other teachers on the off days. I used to go to my dad's work and stuff like that. Troublemakers things, you know what I mean? But take your kid, keep him busy. But yeah,
take your badass kid, keep him busy at work.
Yeah, so I'd be playing network games with all these adults and stuff while, on the PA days and stuff like that. I was like, this is sick. You should be doing this. Like, that's esports right there.
They're incorporating that into schools, though.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, after I was in the basic programming class and the basic computer classes and stuff like that. And the teacher hooked up StarCraft. So we had StarCraft on the computer. So lunchtime, we would go in there and play StarCraft. And that was, like, this shit has been happening. It's like, I'm so mad that it's only now taking place where you can make money from it. So I would have made a killing back then, man. Shit.
So it's to the point now where teachers are now realizing that
Yeah.
you're learning real world skills for the workplace. Like this one guy, he was telling me that he's working with elementary school kids. One guy, one of his kids has Asperger's or something like that. He
Oh
can't
shit.
really, he has problems like communicating and being in like social environments.
Yeah.
But he'll be playing an esports game and he'll manage a team of like 50, 40 people in different countries.
Wow.
And
See
they'll
that?
and he'll be like the leader for the different raids. He's like, yo, that's project management right there.
Yeah,
That's
man. That's
leadership
dope.
skills. So you
Exactly.
could transition that into the workplace.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to be a football quarterback, but that person could be a leader of another type of squad in a different type of way. But football just ain't their thing, so they're not gonna get into that whole world of it. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's the perfect thing, man. It's so late in the making. It should have been happening 20 years ago, back when Pong and stuff, 40 years ago.
So
Esports should
they're
have
so
been
they're
a
making these into like legit teams, or they have
yeah.
practice. You could get scholarships. Um, the lady from Elon I was talking to, she told me that her son, she gave him the computer and everything. He kept
Yeah.
playing Fortnite and Minecraft, and one of these days he just walked upstairs. He's like, "Mom, PayPal wants to talk to you because I'm underage and I can't access this money." And she said, "Well, pump the brakes. What money? What's going on?" Apparently, he's been playing these games and like creating different images and whatnot and
Yeah.
selling that online. And he made a PayPal account, but he
Jeez.
didn't put his legit age, so he couldn't access the thousands of dollars that he made. And she's
Jeez.
like, this is marketing that you're doing. You're learning marketing skills.
Bong.
And she's like, you have a team. He's like, do I have a team? He's like, I got this one guy from Japan. I got another guy over here helping me. He's like, oh shit, I do have a team.
Yeah,
They,
man.
they don't realize that they're learning marketing. They're learning project management. They're getting management skills in general.
Yeah.
They're learning how to work with a team. All this stuff transitions into the workplace.
And they're
So
making more than the guy who works at EB Games.
that
Yeah. They don't even know it. Because they're pouring hours into these games. A lot of people sell their profiles too. Like they'll build up a character in World of Warcraft or what have you, and then they'll sell that profile for a couple of racks, you know? So many different hustles in this gaming industry. It's crazy. You don't have to be making the game no more. You're making more than the game makers these days.
yeah. So that was dope. The
Yeah.
guy that I told you that does the setups.
Yeah.
He told me there's a company. I want to say it's like IMG. Oh,
IMG.
is it IMG? I know it's not or is it ING?
I don't know.
Anyways, but that's the company that shows up and they set up everything for you, and they are offering scholarships and they also offer connects in the industry where when you start, you hit the ground running because you already have these different sponsorships and promotions. But
Yeah.
that money though, so I'm wondering if there could be a cheaper option out there that does something similar.
Oh hell
That
yeah,
gives
doing it
you bare
yourself.
minimum.
They're basically saying they'll be your manager or they'll be Def Jam Records, like, but they're taking a percentage off these kids though. That's probably a fact. They're not just letting these kids just slide through and be like, "Yeah, have a great career, bye." They're gonna be like, "Yeah, we got you, but we're taking 10 to 15%."
Because everybody's trying to be the next ninja.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's
So
crazy what people are doing right now. People are doing like 48-hour streams straight, 72-hour streams straight, like just streaming. They don't go to the washroom. They're wearing diapers and all this
oh
crazy stuff
no,
I'm
no,
hearing
I'm good.
because they don't want to take no breaks. Because that time you're not streaming, that's opportunities lost to be able to gain your numbers. So people are doing the most. Like this guy's like doing a Guinness like world record for staying the longest amount of time streaming.
Oh, he's about
Some
to
sort of
die then.
yeah, probably.
He got the rash. He
He
got
doesn't even have
something
to do it.
going
Like
on.
his numbers are already great, but he just wants to like put himself in the books to say he's here. And if anybody wants to look for that top streamer, he'll be along those names, like with Ninja and them. Maybe not $1 billion or $1 million numbers, but he'll be up there with the top people because he made the Guinness. You know what I mean? So everybody's trying different strategies right now because it's such an early thing, unfortunately.
So when I was doing the panel, my concern was like, how do you combat like the toxicity of the gaming community? Because I was reading an article. There was like a
Yeah.
feminist group playing Grand Theft Auto. No, they're playing Red Dead Redemption 2,
Okay.
and like a group of like male trolls found them,
Uh huh.
hogtied them, and left them on train tracks again, ran over by trains.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But but on the flip side to that, I'm like, these high school and college kids are just trying to learn the game. They don't want to deal with these assholes. So, what do you guys do to combat that? So, what they do is they play with other schools that they know are
Yeah.
decent human beings, or they just have like local LAN parties.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You just make like bubbles of places to play in safe places. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. So what did you do? What was your part of this? What did you do?
Ask questions and keep the conversation going.
Nice, nice.
I brought up I brought up swatting. That's
Okay.
when like people like call and try to get like the SWAT team to show up to your
Hmm.
house because you're just doing so good. And then
Yeah.
I brought up what I said before with the toxicness of the gaming community at times.
Okay. And how did you like the whole like production, the whole thing that was happening? Did you see any evolution that could happen in it? Did you see a place where you?
Yeah, yeah. I saw places where I could benefit from. We
Yeah.
could talk offline
Cool. Yeah.
about
Yeah, sure.
doing something. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's lots of opportunity for money in that industry,
Yeah.
and schools need to get with it, man.
Hell yeah.
Learn about these different project management skills. Like, let's say you don't even want to play the games, you just want to manage
Yeah.
different teams. Bam, you could start something like Monday.com and start managing the different games for the different teams. And
Yeah.
that's going to be project management skills that you can put on your resume. You could do that right now in high school and middle school.
Yeah, I wish there was like an official way to credit that you have these things or certificate that you have it. But schools, I feel they just can't keep up with what's happening in the world of technology. So by the time they create these things, there's already a new way. I kind of feel like the best way to learn this stuff now, unfortunately, is like YouTube, like how to start a streaming thing. Like you just put that in and then you start your streaming stuff. How to create a business out of that. Just YouTube that stuff right now, and it sucks because it's not in a respectable, accredited way to get that. But I don't know if schools can keep up. Do you think schools could keep up with the technology the way that it moves?
No, everything's going to be out because technology is constantly changing, and you want the best of the best to compete with
Yeah.
the best of the best when it comes to esports. So, on that aspect, they're not going to have the best hardware. But my thing is, I feel like the curriculum needs to evolve from
Hmm.
just algebra and all this boring stuff to entrepreneurship. We need to teach. We need to teach programming, tech skills. We also need to teach, most importantly, blue collar skills: how to work on your car, how to do plumbing, how to shop classes, how to do
Garden.
stuff with your hands.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I rather learn how to be an accountant and manage my money
Oh
over
yeah.
algebra too.
Yeah. Yeah. They only get
Teach an
into that stuff in the
investment
more
class.
advanced.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's only in like more advanced classes, and like when you get into colleges and stuff, they started teaching
I
that.
didn't even see that shit when I was in college, man.
Word? No, I did that in my second college math course, like logarithms, annuals, and stuff like that. And I'm like, why am I learning annuals now? I know about that. I have to know about that. I have a job. Like, I got to know that gonna get taxed at the end of the year for all this stuff.
I
You know
did.
what I mean? And
Oh yeah,
semi-annuals and
yeah. I know what you
like,
mean.
I should have learned that from like grade 10, like when I'm getting into jobs. Like, I should know like, okay, percentages. I should know that they're taking a percentage away by taxes and why. I agree with you. It's just too slow. It's too late. And if they're that slow with math, come on, think about how they are with tech. So schools can't keep up with it, man. They can't afford to keep up with it.
I feel like some
Especially
old ass, like they're still following the blueprint for boomers, like some old ass.
what you know about boomers, huh?
Oh, I had to do a seminar. I forgot to tell you that I had to do a seminar about
that's
the
that's
generational gaps in the workplace and
that's
how
an
to work
offensive word in the 2019.
shit and how to deal with different generations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they basically they pointed out the different strong points of each generation. Like they talked
Mm,
about the boomers are traditional, they're
yeah,
stuck in their ways and they do something a certain way.
yeah.
They talked about the millennials. They said that they are the participation trophy generation,
Yep. Yeah.
and that it's not there. They said that they're entitled, but they have the type of mindset where they can move from thing to thing very fast and they can multitask and do
Yeah.
multiple things at once. He also talked about changing the workforce and how some millennials would rather have you pay off their student loan instead of you give them money for 401k,
Mhm. Mhm.
and how they could change that, how they could offer like older people 401k or younger people, they could get like, oh, you're going to pay off my student loan? Yeah, I'll work here.
Yeah.
Because younger people need different incentives to work because they'll jump from job to job every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. For sure. You remind me of a real boomer that got canned on Remembrance Day here.
Oh, who? The guy
Don
with the floppy?
Cherry. The old man with the poppies. Yeah, man. They canned his punk ass. That shit was hilarious.
Inform me
He's
on
an
that because
idiot.
I'm not in Canada right now, so you got to
Yeah,
tell me.
man. No, it was Remembrance Day was coming up, and we have poppies that we put over the heart to remember the soldiers that fought in the Canadian War and all that type of stuff. But yeah, he was just saying, because there was an article that came out weeks before saying how the newer generation does not wear or support, like give money towards like Remembrance Day or the soldiers or the older people in this country, and people don't pay respects to it. They don't celebrate it. It just goes from Halloween to Christmas celebration. So his dumbass spoke on that. But what he said was fucking racist. So it got misconstrued. But he's an idiot. He always says dumb shit like that. And his representation, he's like a Trump type of guy, like a fanatics. He wears the big suits. He makes the loud noise and says offensive things. Even though it's in a direction that's not to be offensive, he says dumb shit. You know what I mean? But this was like the straw that broke the camel's back. He's been saying, I don't pay attention to him because I don't watch hockey like that. So I was like, that's that clown fucking Ronald McDonald looking guy who represents hockey. That's how I feel about him. And that's not a very like accepting culture anyways. There's only like 2 black hockey players. So I don't really watch hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't fuck with hockey.
I watched Grexy back in the day, but I don't really watch it I don't watch it like that. But yeah, he said basically, you people should be, if you want to have our bread and butter, bread and milk here, bread and honey or some shit, you should the least you could do is rock a poppy. If you want to come to our country and yada, 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 all this bullshit like that, you people need to just wear a poppy. And it's like, first time I heard it, I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. But then I was like, wait, before I even said right, I was like, wait, who people? Who people? What people? I was like, what are you talking about?
This would have been the perfect transition to the 2K.
Okay.
Fiasco.
We'll get back to that then.
We'll get back to that. Let's hold that thought.
Yeah, so I had a big debate with my boys because I don't like this whole cancel culture type of thing. I was like, people were like, can him, fire him. They fired him by like lunchtime. The thing came out nighttime.
He was eating the sandwich and he looked up and fucking
fired.
He bit into the lettuce.
My thing was like, we shouldn't fire him. We should put him on a harder contract with way less money. Keep that motherfucker enslaved. Don't move too quick. Like, people want to cancel so quick, we don't actually analyze the situation and make proper decisions. So, like, some of my friends were like, no, fire him, get him out of there. I was like, that's a win for him. He's out of contract. He can run a podcast, a YouTube show. He solidifies his following because all those bigots that are in this country, all over the country, will follow him.
Tell him, yeah.
So he won't have to divide a pie with Sportsnet, Rogers, or anybody. He's going to be making 100% of his profits now. He's going to probably make his own podcast or TV, YouTube show or streaming show. This is a win for him. This is the problem with cancel culture. We should have been like, no, let's decide what we do to this guy. Let's take our time. Okay, you could be on Saturday. No one's watching. No one's supporting it. 0 following. You know what I mean? And then let's put him on that Conor McGregor for throwing a chair at the dude or saying that shit contract where he has to fight 5 fights. You know what I mean? And then we stretch these fights out and just really kill his career. Like, it ruined Conor's career kind of because he's not fighting like he used to. This guy, we should put him on a lower contract, make him be the one who has to get the tea for the new guy who's in his seat, keep him in Sportsnet, keep him just an assistant job. You know what I mean? Just some bullshit. Keep him in the back. Just demean him. Like, really punish the dude. Cancel culture wants...
You want to publicly humiliate the man.
Absolutely. You want to see some bigotry? Let's do it. let me let you feel how it feels to just come into this country and try to earn your living and get a job when people are like, oh, you should be grateful to be here. And it's hard enough to get a job when people can't speak proper English. They're talking 2 languages, but people are like, oh, you can't even talk, the proper English. So they give him a hard time. Let's let him see how that feels for a little while and then can him later.
All right, guys. I want to wrap. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, at least give it a proper space to be able to talk and give it a proper space to be able to make a decision on what to do. How do you feel about that?
I have no comment because I'm not in this whole Canadian
I know, but there's some crazy
sports
shit.
Because I see Trump do stupid shit and he gets
away
with it. Nothing happens.
And that's what this guy just did. But people don't even realize that he got away with it.
So I can't even put my 2 cents in there because I'll be like, wait a second, we let that happen every single day.
I don't know how you guys let that happen there. Like,
so I can't even add to this conversation.
Right,
he literally went on TV, said he will shoot somebody down the street in New York, and we elected him.
that was crazy.
So I can't even add to that conversation.
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying, though.
No, I see what you're saying. So yeah,
them at all, but it's like firing him just helped him, man. That just helped his career. He's about to blow up online. Yeah, that's the problem. He shouldn't be fined. You feel the wrath, the immigrants.
I say lower his pay, hire an immigrant that's gonna be his replacement, and have him train that guy for a year.
Yeah, train 2 of them and a woman too. You know, but yeah, I don't know. That's all I got to say on that. Let's get to the Bacchanal news. How you feel?
I was gonna add real quick that I went to the Holly Hill Comic-Con. I met Walter Jones, that is the Black Ranger from the Power Rangers. Really cool, dope guy. People kept telling me to look at his finger. I didn't want to disrespect the man like that. I went back and looked at the pictures, but he is missing that one finger.
What is wrong with people? Let the man live.
They're like, yo, you didn't bring that in the conversation. I'm like, how do you even start that? Like, nice to meet you. How's your finger, dude? Like, how am I supposed to bring that up in the conversation?
What's wrong with people?
Yo, wild, bro. Y'all wildin', man.
Wild, disrespectful. Holy.
Disrespectful ass generation. My son was talking to him about milk and Sprite. No, he was drinking the Pepsi. Yeah. He was asking him, like, why you drink Pepsi? He's like, I like it. And my son's like, I drink milk. You should drink milk. It's good for you. Drink more milk. And they're going back and forth talking about milk.
Black Ranger didn't know why he liked Pepsi?
She said that he liked it.
Your son was actually super deep question on him because black people were actually like manipulated to like Pepsi back in the 30s.
Oh, with the Michael Jackson commercials?
The generational brainwash that happened to Black Americans. Do the research. But yeah, man.
So my son was out here being woke.
Your son was on some deep shit right there.
He did a deep dive on the internet. He's like, my man, why are you drinking that dark juice?
Yeah, man, Coke was for the hoity-toity, the white people out there. And then Pepsi was like, nah, man, we're doing it for the everyday hardworking black person. And they had the pictures of black people actually doing well in career and doing stuff. Moms taking their sons, holding a Pepsi, like actual family-oriented things. Black men holding their kids, family.
I take care of my kids, and I drink Pepsi.
Yeah. So black people started messing with the Pepsi, and now black people are always supporting Pepsi until they did that bullshit to Luda. I didn't forget that shit, but another conversation.
He was drinking that, and in his mind, he's like, I'm a successful black man. He had his pinky up and he was drinking it.
Pepsi said, nah, get out of here. And then that whole thing happened in the 2000s.
Woke.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm too sleepy for all this case.
Google it.
Your do-rag's too tight.
Oh, man. Google. My do-rag's just right.
I see what you did. That's the white power symbol you did right there.
Oh yeah. This thing.
Oh, snap.
All right. Getting back in our news?
Yeah, Bacchanal news. First, we're gonna do the Jedi Fallen Order trailer. Pull that up real quick. Are you interested in checking that game out at all, or?
Hell yeah. Rose up for a second there.